stored for sale before point 0.5. It's not a hell of a lot of people that are listening. It's just a small amount, so we'll smash through that pretty quickly, I reckon, in the next few days. Or at least we'll work through it and get through it in like a week or something like that. I don't know. The Mac collection is flying though. Sales are still pumping. I think we're fast approaching 500 ETH. I don't exactly know what we are at. 446. Crazy. We have made a little bit of a movement back in the right direction as well. We are back to 0.095, and the floor is pretty thin for that as well. There's still only about like 20 before it breaks point 0.1, which is pretty good. Pretty good. James, you had some thoughts.
No, you were talking about him drinking the Camus. Yesterday I was in voice chat, and Naked Z, Board Italian, Swirl, Juju, all of them guys, man, they were all out to dinner, and Naked Z pulled out his phone and went on voice chat, man. And so we got to see everybody at dinner. We had like 10 to 12 people on voice chat. We all went fully doxxed. We're showing our faces and stuff like that. Got to say what's up to everybody. That was really, really cool. And then Naked had his cell phone, and they were actually doing a mutation right there on somebody else's cell phone right there in front of us. So PM actually burned on live stream, I think 4 or 5 M2s back to back yesterday. And then after that, I'm pretty sure Baba did an M1 and an M2. And I'm pretty sure Taz did a full set. And like you said, he's been scooping up on the grills. So it's definitely been wild. And it's been wild in NFT NYC. So y'all know Naked Z and everybody. So here's a funny story. I almost fell out of my seat crying when I heard this. So, of course, I could hear Bored Italian out of everybody at dinner over voice chat. But Naked Z almost got everybody kicked out of dinner by rolling a joint at the table at a nice restaurant. So he didn't, but he was really close. They walked up and they were like, yeah, you can't do that here. So only Naked Z, man. But that was probably the funniest and best voice chat experience in NFT NYC without being there. That's like family and a community in its own.
That's awesome, man. I wish I had heard about that sooner. I definitely would have been in there. That would have been cool. But it sounds pretty good. And shouts Naked Z. That's hilarious. Berk, you had some thoughts.
Dude, that's funny as fuck, bro. I didn't know that happened. I wasn't in voice chat when that all went down, but I could totally picture Naked Z just sitting there at dinner. He's like, "All right, man, I just finished eating. Time to smoke it up," and just starts pulling out all his shit and rolling up a joint right then and there. So that's funny as hell. I'm glad that they didn't get kicked out, but I'll bet you that was fucking hilarious to watch. I was surprised when you said that was the best moment in voice chat though, because I'm pretty damn sure you got married, man. So that must have been something pretty special to top that.
Oh man! All right, so yeah, so I had to take one for the team, man. He needed a green card, so we got him his green card. But now it was all fun and jokes, man. We were partying it up, man, for like 3 or 4 hours in voice chat, and dude, I laughed so hard I had tears. So honestly, those two in the voice chat, they were legendary, bro.
Yeah, it would be pretty funny. I'm gonna shout out a few steals that I've seen for the Mutant Collection. Right now, the bottom one on the floor, 2573 Sushi Hat, with the M1 Grey fur, so it looks kind of like a zombie a little bit. It's also got the earring, but like also the M1 glasses, and they look like the Potter glasses, but like so sick, so sick. Really like them. They got the double eyes. It's only for 0.095, which is $107. That's crazy. Would highly recommend looking. There's so many steals on the floor right now. Like, Burke, have you been looking at any?
Yeah, so I've got the collection up right now. One I'm looking at is for point one. It's the fishing vest with a sleepy cap, and then it's got the orange background for point one and the angry eyes, and that one's sick as hell. It's an M1 mutant. For point one, that's a freaking steal. Just scrolling through the collection, there's a couple that just look like really cool colors wise and trait combinations. There's another one for 0.11 with some fucking devil horns, the hands covering his eyes, the black striped tee, and the M1 black fur, which turns into like lava rock. So that guy just looks like a badass for 0.11. Let me see if I can get one more because there's some steals out right now. Ooh, here's the last one I'll call out. It's number 4634. It's got the M1 red dress shirt, peach background, robot eyes. It's got an earring and the red snapback. And the robot eyes kind of bulge when they hit the M1 serum, and they look like they're in like an aquarium or something. And then it's got the red fur with the red cap, like the color combinations with all the red and orange in this between the hat, the fur, and the t-shirt. It is honestly clean as hell. So those are a couple I've just been kind of eyeing this morning since I woke up, just kind of looking through the floor.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. And like I'll shout out one in the grandpa collection. And like we have a for point five, there is a merch jumper, black fur with the Mr. Chip mouth, which mutates really good. And it's also got the rimless glasses. Like just really, really clean grams, and that's for point five. Like point five right now, $564 US. That's basically nothing compared to what it was previously. Like especially like that was like I know $2,500. Like if it was Australian, especially clean. Like you have a new PFP. How's the commute to work? And like how frank is it? The mutants alive?
Yeah, yeah. I jumped in a little late. I didn't get to hear the intro. I don't know if that was put together or not, but I'm excited about that. I haven't been able to record it. I didn't realize, I did my intro in my truck before work, so I can realize, my truck engine's loud and But I just had a question. Maybe we could touch on really quick. As far as um, the branding, right? So like we have obviously Mutinate Country Club as the brand, which is different than what it is on OpenSea. And I'm wondering, is that clashing? Um, the last time that I checked, I shared it on this space, was that OpenSea responded to my ticket saying that they can't ban a user, that hasn't violated any terms just for a name, if they're not posting anything or doing certain things that would go against their, I think it was TOS, terms of service. But yeah, so I'm just wondering if maybe you guys and staff have heard anything from that standpoint. Maybe we could just touch on that, because I was just wondering, are they gonna change it to Mutant Grandpa? Which is fine. I mean, either way, I just want to show support. I'm not sure how to, kind of just respond to that. Maybe.
Yeah, definitely. And that's a great topic to bring up. Like, cheers for bringing that up. I'm sure folks got some thoughts as well. I'll just briefly touch on it. We might have to change the brand. You never know, because like you said, then like the user isn't technically breaking any terms of service, and like they can't just delete it. Unfortunately, no matter like really how big we get. So we might have to think about a rebrand, like a
So
little.
so so here's the thing. Like on Twitter, if a user is not active, and say if I want to use my name, my real name, and I go search it, and somebody's already using it, like, but they're not active. um, Twitter has the ability to go look and see if this person opened it up in 2008 or 2009 and hasn't used it at all. And then they have like options for like I think um, uh, deactivating inactive users. So I was just wondering if maybe that's something that they could look into.
Yeah, definitely. We'll write it down, and then like we'll definitely bring it forward in the GK chat and get staff's opinion. We got Matt in the audience, so I'm sure he's heard it. But yeah, like we're not too sure whether we will have to do some sort of rebrand. I'm not too sure what the team's choices were. That like you're right. There is normally like a clause where like if they're inactive for a certain amount of time, then they should be able to get deleted. But like you never know, because especially it hasn't actually been that long. It's only been like 6 months or something, like since they would have done it, like most likely. Like I'm pretty sure it wasn't last year, but the date that the account was created is definitely something to raise in question. And maybe that might be able to be the path that gets us to having the Mac name on OpenSea. Ferk, did you have some thoughts?
Yeah, sorry if I've got a little bit of background noise. The fucking HOA just showed up to do some yard work, but the Mutant Ape Country Club name was taken from us to try to sabotage us and cause shit. And so that's why we had to do a different name. So like I know there's another collection out there with it that's using it, but they don't have anything posted. And I think as soon as they did, Clean mentioned in the terms of service, they'll be breaking it at that point if they use any of our artwork. So I know they've got their eyes on it very, very close. And as soon as they've got the opportunity to pull that and use the name, they're going to. So they're watching.
Grandalf, you're echoing again. I think your Android has finally went back to your old Android.
No, I left my speaker on. Sorry. Sorry, Ferk, you have thoughts? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how how many of you guys could hear that, but basically what I was saying is somebody took the name just to try to cause shit, like they always do, because we're a big project, and I know the team is watching it very closely. Like as soon as they can grab it and update it in our existing collection, they're going to. So I don't think it's going to be a rebrand, even if it takes a while. We'll wait. We're patient. We're grandpas, and right now the collection may say Mutant Grandpa Country Club, but we will always see it as MACC. So it'll happen eventually. I don't know when, but it's definitely something like I'm going to keep reporting. I know they're just waiting until they break terms of service. I wish OpenSea could do a little bit more outside of that, but it'll happen eventually. We just got to give it a little bit of time.
Yeah, I'm sure being patient right now is probably the best bet. It'll happen, or we'll do something. Like I'm sure we'll figure it out. And like uh, I'm sure we can think of an acronym that's just as good. But Mac is pretty fire. I do love that one. Like Ferk, do you want to go over the sales in the last 24 hours? Obviously, we don't have the morning paper. But like how many sales do you reckon you've seen today on the Mac collection? I'm still seeing sales pumping like all the time.
Yeah, so sales volume's still been pretty good on the Mutant collection. I've been really excited to see how many have come through, and it's been a nice surprise, man. Our volume on the secondary has been pretty consistent and holding really strong. For some reason, the M stats bot's not working for me. I threw it up a little bit earlier this morning when I first woke up, and in the last 24 hours, if I remember right, it was a little bit over 100 sales. I think I could be wrong, but as soon as I get that bot back up, I'll let you know. As far as the OG collection, it's about 12. 12 sales in the last 24 hours. So I still think people are sleeping on the OGs, but the mutants are definitely the focus right now. So that's definitely the newest collection, and it's been nice to see that volume.
Yeah, definitely. And like it's a bit down like in number of sales, but like had some big fails. Still having some people sweep the more rare max. Like there's so many fire ones, and you can get like M2s for around like point 0.3, which is pretty insane considering a point 0.2 serum. An M2 serum that's close to like 0.65 to 0.75 right now. I haven't checked it in the last hour, but like those are some absolute steals. I noticed Giraffe and Clean have your hand up. Giraffe, you came up first. How are you doing today, man? Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm at work, so I only got a second, but have we thought about maybe trying to contact the owners of the current Mac collection on OpenSea and just buying them out?
Yeah, I'm not too sure whether we can message them. Not like, but maybe that's a good idea as well. We'll write it down and like we'll see. I know we'll have a little bit of a troll. We'll see whether we can find it. See whether we can find the owners' names because maybe that'll be the way to do it. And the easiest way to do it. Clean, you had some thoughts.
Yeah, no, I like that idea. I don't know if you can track down a wallet and message them on Etherscan. That would be one way. I thought that maybe they would go that route just to speed up the process. But also, as we were talking about sales, I just wanted to know if Ferk had any idea. I mutated my red merchat in my PFP. That's an M2. I'm in love with this mutant, and I think the art is sick. It just blows my mind. What I was gonna say is, oh yeah, there's it's weird, it's strange. There, if you go to the chemistry club you see the little GAC attack sale of like seven mutant or Mac attack, 7 mutants for sale connected to that collection, and it's like I've never seen that before. So I'm just wondering if that's a glitch, if that's something that OpenSea's looked at, and so I don't have to keep jumping back in and out. I was just wondering, Aslan and the team, they always seem like they post mint times at Pacific Standard Time. So I'm wondering, is Aslan and Kachuya West Coast, or does anybody know where they're from, or if they might even be in Las Vegas in August?
I've got no idea where Kachura is, unfortunately, or Aslan. Like I seem to remember West Coast from what I understand, but I could be wrong. Like I'm probably like I think I just heard somebody say it in passing at one time, but not 100% sure. Ferk, you had some thoughts?
Yeah, Pacific time is really all I remember know as well. I don't know exactly where they live, but the posts definitely seem to be around Pacific. As far as like the chemistry club, I had noticed that bundle of the mutants for sale, which was kind of interesting because it's combined with some serums. It's got some OGs and then some mutants all in one bundle. And I had asked about it in the chat yesterday, our Greenskeepers chat, and Cartoon replied and said it was happening with some other collections as well that use this similar contract. And he sent me a link to one, and it was doing the exact same thing. And if you look, you can even see it in the OG collection right now. There's 2 or 3 of them that I've seen. But this is the first time I've seen it ever, literally ever. I've never seen that happen before. So I do think it is some sort of bug. I'm not 100% sure, but from what I got from Cartoon, it was definitely some sort of like contract related thing. So I don't know if it's supposed to do that, if it's like a new feature or if it is a bug. I don't know the answer to that specifically, but I did notice that as well. So I'm curious to see how long that stays up there because I liked it a little bit better with just the 3 serums. And then as far as buying the name, I don't know if that's possible. It would be cool if we do. I hope they send them some Solana on the fake DevNet so they don't get any actual money because fuck people that try to screw with our project, bro. They don't deserve any fucking money just because they took the name that we wanted. I don't want to reward them for like screwing us over. So I hope we find a good way to go about it. I just don't want the scammer to benefit from it in any way. Is my personal opinion.
Yeah, it's just whether like we want to like have that battle, and like I definitely think the name's important, and having a good name and a cohesive name like Mac, it might just be worth paying. But like it obviously not an exorbitant amount. But like I would highly recommend. Like everybody, if you can, go report that collection because maybe they can. It is in the announcements. You never know. Maybe enough reports and it will go down. Nikki Bots, I noticed you came up, and also Friendly Citizen Joe. We'll go to Nikki Bots first because I know you came up first. How are you doing today, man? Good morning. Good morning. Nikki, you there? Nikki must be away. Friendly, how are you
Nicky.
doing today?
GM.
GM. How are you doing, Friendly Citizen? It's nice to see you again. I remember hearing you in Spaces before.
Happy Friday. Every day is Friday. We are also blessed to be here, and we can't forget that. And yeah, it's just icing on the cake that we get to do the serums. And I'm just checking out, where do I do that?
In the announcements channel, there is a link that's been posted. Definitely only go to official links, the ones that are coming from either the announcements channel or in our link tree on Twitter. But yeah, it's in the announcements, and you will be able to find it there. So I'm assuming you haven't mutated any yet?
I haven't mutated 0. And yeah, I have a bunch to do. So yeah, I want to get going on it, and then I think we might want to get maybe the Twitter updated a little bit on and everything going on because the main account has hasn't posted since yesterday. They're probably in NYC recovering right now from a hangover.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely need to get some more promotion coming out of the main Twitter account. I think that's really, really important because that's the best foot forward that we have at the moment. And I would urge everybody in the space, I see all of you, whenever you see a post from the Twitter account, just make sure you retweet it. Let's smash out that reach and get it further. But we definitely need solid posts out of the country club, so then we can promote it because, like I said, it's the main voice that we do need. Ferk, did you have any thoughts on the main Twitter account?
Yeah, that was something I hadn't even thought of yet. I did notice just now that they hadn't put a post up about the lab being open, and there probably are quite a few people that aren't aware yet. I know I've been seeing them come into the greens ever since they made the announcement and the lab opened up. They're like, "Oh my god, it's open!" So they'll even still come into the greens and be like, "Hey, when can we hit our grandpas with serum?" Because they don't check the announcements. So I do think a Twitter post would be good. That's something I can post in Greenskeepers chat, just see if they can make a quick post real quick. I know they are probably a little busy in NFT NYC, but they should be able to throw that up pretty quick, I imagine. So yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, definitely. And I know Mad's in the audience. Shout out, Mad. Like maybe Mad needs the privileges for the Twitter. I don't know whether he has the privileges for the Twitter. But like obviously like Swell's busy right now, so like I totally understand that it's taking some time. But I just think it could be a good idea. We want to promote this as far as possible and get it out there because so many people don't know and they're waiting. They're waiting, and like we've already seen 300. I think close to 350 that have already been burnt, and that's just from the people that are active. And I do love seeing the mutations out there. Like I did hear a couple of questions in the greens are sometimes like for most of them it's basically instantaneous to get it. But I did notice that a couple of people were taking a bit over an hour or something like that to reveal. Like don't worry, they will reveal. I think there's just a little bit of a problem with some of the metadata, and I do know the team was fixing that. Just from what I saw in the GK chat and in the rooms. But yeah, it's 100% coming. And most likely it'll reveal straight away, but for some people it was taking an hour or two or something like that. So don't fret, it is coming if you have done it, and it does take a little bit longer. Ferk, did you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I know some of the metadata has been taken a little bit. I haven't mutated any yet on my own, but for the most part, from what I'm seeing, it is instant usually. But there have been some that I've seen that have taken a couple hours. So yeah, like Randolph said, don't fret it. Um, it'll come as long as the transaction was successful and it says that it's on its way and you have the number for it and everything. It's in the collection. It's just some of them for some reason take a little bit longer to get updated with the actual photo and the metadata behind it. So yeah, don't stress over it too much. It's something we have seen before. So good call out.
Oh damn! I just saw what Friendly Citizen Joe posted like 4 minutes ago. I'm gonna share it up the top. Like man, that is a sick mutant.
For probably way too much because I think when people mint they're going to be like, I don't want this one, I'm going to sell it. So I think the floor might also, because that's what additional, what, 5,000, is there 5,000 or 10,000 grandpa apes?
Well, there's 5,000 grandpa apes, but there's 5,000 serums, and then there's an extra 5,000 mutants in the mutants. So there's 10,000 total for the mutants.
Perfect. That's perfect. I love that number. We're not going to explode in growth like other projects, but it's going to be like more manageable. And I love how you guys force people to go to the Discord. But now, with the serums out, I just posted again with the serums out. I have an unofficial link. But if you guys